Sorry, for my last chapter, my last recording, chapter one, there was a little mistake actually. Yeah, so what happened was I couldn't really get, to pretty much show you what I was doing for my last chapter, it was chapter one, because nothing would pop up, my terminal, something happened in my terminal, so I couldn't really show you the results of what I was working on for HTMX in chapter one, but I will be now as I got my terminal running. So yeah, everything I talked about in my last video for HTMX will be simplified, in this video right now. So let's get to this. Let's do this. Okay. So let's go into my video. Okay, just go in. I just everything, yada yada yada, and then okay. So obviously we pretty much know that we had to add like a button. So now chapter one I'll teach you was to add like a button in here. So add a button so each X get. So what each X gets is it pretty much refers to what type of information we're using to pretty much display everything that we want to display. Where we're fetching out information from get, each X gets pretty much information that you kind of post onto a web browser, not type onto a web browser, but post onto a web browser. So each X target placement is probably this overall definition of like where we can place all our data, where we can place it, where it's gonna be placed, So yeah, that's what it is. So users, pretty much the users, right? Okay, is what we're gonna be using, right? Then placement is where we're gonna place the data that we get from users. So name's gonna fetch data, button, div ID, placement, okay, and etc. So this was an extra button that I just added, because I was a bit superstitious, So I just left it there, It was just a mistake, but somebody who was probably somebody I did a joint collaboration, somebody who probably knows a lot about programming, who knows a lot, probably a lot more than me, and up showing the light and end up pointing me at the right direction. So JS service, so query limit. So this the limit, the amount of names that you can take, right? So this is the user's name that you use. So one thing was a heading called users, and then class list group, right? And then okay, so user map user, this class group item username li join. So this is my app listener. So it pretty much listens to new updates I made onto my terminal. So onto my server. So my terminal pretty much takes it in. So the server runs my terminal and pretty much updates itself. So yeah. Again, I didn't invent this, and I don't know why I did that, but that's what I did. Shouldn't have done that. And like I said before, pack.json, this is pretty much everything that comes with, this is the package that comes with structuring the language and that the computer and us use. We much understand the way that this program works, structure of the program, the language of the program, and we use pretty much understand it, understand this program, and this package log.json. Right. Here's it like node for your node, right? It's pretty much for your node, right? Your node install. I mean, What delete something here? Okay. Right. So before we get to that, so pretty much discuss everything in my last video. You know what I mean? So yeah, a server.js, everything, index.html, right? So yeah, that's what we got here right now. Let me show you now. So all of that, my button options, server, right, and my pretty much like my button options, right, and my server. This is what's gonna lead to. So do that. This one leads to. So the results uses, as you can see here. So uses, right? It's my result, it's my result. So use class list group, etc. And that's my result actually. So uses, uses placement, fetch data, then yeah, that's my result. That's what it is actually. So fetch data uses. So yeah, that's what it is. That's my result. So thank you very much for paying attention. Thank you very much for watching the video.